Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We start with Jules Kounde, as it has been reported that Barcelona are increasingly optimistic about Jules Kounde's transfer, as they seem to be getting closer and closer to hijacking Kounde's move to Chelsea. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about the search for a new left back as Barcelona continue to identify Sergio Reguilon from Tottenham and also Henrique from AS Monaco as Marcos Alonso alternatives. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please endeavor to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca, Barca, Barca. The odds continue to shift in Barcelona's favor in their pursuit of Sevilla centre-back Jules Kounde, and Barca are increasingly optimistic they will be able to close a deal for the Frenchman, according to a report from the very well-informed Helena Condés of Radio COPE. According to Condés, Barca will present a formal offer of over 50 million euros to Sevilla in the next few hours, and a crucial piece that gives Barca optimism about the potential of a deal is the player's desire to go to the Camp Nou. After conversations with Barca manager Xavi Hernandez and Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel, Kounde has decided to wait for Barca for sporting reasons. The 23-year-old has always preferred Barcelona over a move to the Premier League. And with Barca finally entering the race, things seem to be moving rapidly towards a resolution. Other sources like Javi Miguel of Dario AS and Gerard Romero are much more advanced in their reporting and seem to think Kounde is already a Barca player and we could get an official announcement very, very soon. It's something to be happy about, something to be increasingly optimistic and confident about, after hearing about the reports from reliable journalists, reliable Spanish journalists. Gerard Romero, to be specific, have been the journalists that have been reporting Barcelona news for such a long time. And of course, everything he says come to pass. The same thing that happens to Rafinha when Chelsea were leading the race for Rafinha and most people thought that it's over. When Romero came up with the shocking update, some people said, no, he's lying, he's not true. And it came to pass. It happened, right? So I think there's every reason for us to be optimistic about Kounde's move. Every single reason. So one thing that is for sure, Barcelona, anytime from now as we speak, will be officially sending their first offer to Sevilla. And according to Helena Condés, the amount will be over 50 million euros, more than 50 million euros worth. Of course, Chelsea's own is far higher than that. Chelsea is 55 million pounds. So we know pounds is quite higher than the euros. So normally it was even reported that Barca will not match Chelsea's offer. That does not mean Barca don't stand a chance. Sevilla reportedly likes the way Barca want to go about their offer. They want to pay everything at once, not instrumentally, like how Chelsea want to do theirs, according to the report. So Alemany is doing a great job in the background. Of course, after a lot of talk about Chelsea being in the driving seat for Jules Kounde, things have suddenly taken a twist, a very, very big twist since yesterday morning. So interesting to see how this saga ends up. Of course, the most trending transfer saga out there, for every good reason, for Barcelona, as we are dominating Chelsea in every aspect of this transfer window. But one thing that Barca might suffer if we get this deal done is the transfer for Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso, as Chelsea are reportedly making life so difficult for us because they have suffered two huge losses in Rafinha and Kounde when it comes to transfers. And of course, Thomas Tuchel does not intend to leave those two fullbacks again. So all this now is just anger, venting of anger from Chelsea, as if it's our fault. But of course, understanding the frustration, going for some top players, and you are being hijacked. So let's see how all this ends up. But Chelsea are not completely out. Fabrizio Romano have been insisting that Chelsea are still very much in the picture. Their 55 million euros is still with Sevilla, still pending a green light from the Andalusian outfit. So I think Sevilla have been delaying this thing because they know Barca are behind the scene trying to negotiate with them to calm down, not to give a green light as soon as possible to Chelsea. So interesting to see how the saga ends out. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona's relationship with Chelsea appeared to have strained following Barca's interference in deals relating to Rafinha and even Robert Lewandowski. Chelsea were also expected to sign Jules Kounde this week, but it appears Barcelona have made a hijack, so the defender could be on the verge to moving to Barcelona. In light of recent events, Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel has already issued a strong warning to Barcelona over the club's pursuit of Cesar Azpilicueta, which has led many to believe that the Blues may block the exit of another top target in Marcos Alonso. With that in mind, Barcelona are open to signing either Sergio Reguilon or Sayo Henrique as potential alternative should the Alonso deal fall through, reports Gerard Romero. A move for Reguilon could be a bit surprising as the club had reportedly ruled out the possibility of signing the Tottenham fullback due to his close relationship with Real Madrid. To this day, the Spaniard is a self-confessed fan of Los Blancos, and his close association with the club could potentially impact Barca's interests. The same cannot be said for Sayo Henrique, who is a product of the Santos Youth Academy and is currently plying his trade for AS Monaco. He has made almost 100 competitive appearances for the Ligue 1 side and is regarded as one of the most promising fullbacks there in Brazil. The Brazilian did play for Atletico Madrid very briefly, but that should not impact any potential negotiations with Barcelona. At the age of just 24, Henrique has a bright future ahead of him as well, making him a far more appealing option to Barca as they look to offer competition for Jordi Alba next season. However, Barcelona are expected to prioritize a move for Marcos Alonso for the time being, as Chelsea star Alonso has far more experience than any of the current options. So, as it stands right now, Alonso's deal looks almost impossible if reports are to be believed, and this is partly due to the fact that Barca are getting closer and closer to Jules Kounde. Thomas Tuchel does not want to risk losing out another defender, of course, after selling Rudiger, not even selling Rudiger, but of course, releasing Rudiger on a free transfer to Real Madrid and also Christensen to FC Barcelona. So, of course, it's going to be difficult for Tuchel to accept the fact that he's losing and still leaving his key players at the back to leave to Chelsea, to Barcelona, the club where he's currently fighting over transfer targets. So, interesting to see how this ends up if Alonso comes, but Barcelona keep their options open. Sayo Henrique and Sergio Reguilon of Tottenham Hotspur continue to be linked. But for Reguilon's case, Barcelona are still very skeptical because the player is a self-confessed fan of Los Blancos. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.